Today, the MTA outlining its plan to prevent this right here from happening again. The agency says almost half of its subway stations flooded during the past 4 big rainstorms. Flooding also wreaked havoc on Metro North service during those storms. News 4's Andrew Skiff live in Lower Manhattan to break down the MTA's plan for us today. Andrew.
Well, Natalie, it really shows you something that on a dry, cold day at the end of January, there was some pretty urgent discussion today of hot and wet weather. Of course, underground stations like this was increasingly at risk of rainwater, but also hot weather. High-powered fan on a winter day? Our exclusive look inside the communications room at the Wall Street station revealed an expensive reality.
We have to make a major investment in this system to adapt it to climate change, and that includes air conditioning in those rooms.
Jamie Torres Springer is president of MTA Construction Projects. He said decades-old equipment like this is at risk of overheating every summer.
It's a concern. You know, we've got 495 comm rooms.
And at a board meeting today, transit officials delivering new information about the other major impact of climate change, flooding. When you see rainwater inside a subway station, it's not an isolated incident. The MTA says 200 stations flooded in the last 4 major storms, nearly half the system. 88 stations sustained flooding in 2023, and 22 stations need major upgrades.
This is on our radar for stormwater flooding.
You can expect the MTA to ask state lawmakers for billions of dollars in the next capital plan. Riders seem to get the message.
Face reality that it's happening, and what do we need to do to protect ourselves?
They need to fix it.
Earlier this month, we showed you the temporary fix, rubber mat trenches like these, constantly testing the in-station drains and asking other city agencies to clear catch basins. The MTA chairman thinks those measures have bought everyone time, but the ancient equipment underground, where it seems to get hotter every summer.
Well, these are old systems to begin with. You're not cooling them. We're at risk.
So much at risk that the MTA has already approved a modernization of that comms room, the one at Wall Street. But as you heard the president of construction for the MTA say, there are 495 rooms like that throughout the system, just to give you some idea of the huge money ask when the MTA goes to Albany later this year. We're live in Lower Manhattan. Andrew Skiff, News 4 New York.
Still a lot to work through, Andrew. Thank you.